to directly eliminate right off the bat carries in a team fight.
Yeah, and looks like they found enough of the Olaf as well. They know what Team Secret can do with it. But Mina is leading the charge here.
Giving up the Camille in a game 1. This is gonna be a big gamble from the side of Team Secret. Let's see if they have a good answer for it. Graves? I don't know how I feel about this. There is an off chance that Azar plays this Graves sparingly. He has done it before. I don't think it's the best pick, but they must have a strategy prepared. And it seems like their strategy... Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Riku, but I do believe this Graves is gonna go to Trevor. It's gonna be hyper buffed by the Lulu, played either by Tatsuri or Hamas, and they're gonna look to put on the Trevor show here.
Yeah, it makes me wonder whether or not they're going for the big Yasuo pick as well for Tatsuri, just because it's going to be an easy knockup, but it might be overkill for like just too many carries on the same team. But again, it spells the Team Secret formula of 5v5s, but yeah, there it is. The Lee Sin Camille combo is going to be deadly.
I'm really afraid right now. SBTC's team composition is looking so good for them. This is right up their alley. These are all picks they love to play. Ziggs can be played by Julie or Kiro. You have TF on his signature Lee Sin. Normally, we see people play against it once and permaban it the rest of the series for a reason. No way he locks this in.
What? Yeah, I'm really shocked. Okay, Nunu now going to be Trevor, so you're right. It is going to be Azar on this Graves, but Vayne and as well as Lulu. So it makes me wonder, usually when we see a Vayne, there is like maybe an Orianna in the mid lane, maybe to make sure that there's the Jarvan 4 for an easy condemn, but we'll see what Team Secret decides to pull up.
So the Team Secret, the call of their team composition right now is the Nunu for the zone control to create space for the Vayne. The Vayne is going to get hyper buff. There we go. That's exactly what I expected. Tatsuri is going to be buffing Trevor's Graves in the early mid game so that Trevor can take over the game, and Hamas and Chewy, they're gonna be staying, farming passive until the mid to late game. Then it's Chewy's time to shine. Then he's the one gonna get all the buffs, and you have a huge area of zone control. The Freljordian tanks in front of him, and it's just gonna be the Chewy show. So they've clearly come in here with a game plan, and I'm so excited to see how Team Secret's comp is gonna play out.
Yeah, this is just mind-blowing because it feels like the composition that we're seeing for both SBTC and Team Secret, it looks like we're playing in a completely different season because these are picks and combination of picks that we haven't seen before for the entirety of the tournament. This is exciting. Game number 1, it's just mind-blowing.
Riku,
not on the line.
Did you see Hamas smile? Hamas cracked a smile while he was drafting. This man is up to something. This man does not smile. Why is he smiling? Now it's messing with my head over here. And we are starting off game 1 in this way. Okay. All right.
I love it. I love the picks. It's a very clear prepared strat for Team Secret, and I'm hyped to see how the Graves does into the Camille. They left it up for a reason. Let's see what Azar has to offer.
Let's go. Game 1, SBTC Esports versus Team Secret. Casters, take us into the Rift.
Thank you very much, Mika, and like you said, it's game 1 of potentially 7 games. The BO7 here, TJ, SBTC Esports, and Team Secret, and well, Team Secret pulling out those secret strats. But let's start with SBTC, bringing in this Lee Sin early on.
Yeah, clues in the name, Grandon. Team Secret always here with the secret strats. SBTC, like you said, are playing bread and butter. So for everything that Team Secret are surprising us with, this is just what you expect SBTC to do. They've got TF, possibly the best jungler in the world, pulling out Lee Sin, who's definitely one of his favorite characters. Look for them to press through this Lee Sin, through TF in the early game, and try and take a massive early lead, knocking Team Secret out of the game.
And this is interesting as well. SBTC starting with Venus, they're not going to run with Unero, bring in him as this big Baron laner.
Which was something we were worrying about because Yanaro has been subbing in and out and having some good performances, but being inconsistent. So there was a big question hovering over the top of SBTC. Which Baron laner do we see during the Grand Finals? And the answer is Minas, which means SBTC can play towards that top side of the map, and you can expect Kirol to be left relatively attended during the early game. He'll sit tight, scale into mid alongside Arkano's Thresh, and be a real terror for Team Secret.
And I think the discussion has to go towards Azar a little bit, because if we mention Minas, it has to be Azar next.
On the opposite side of that top lane, pulling out a Graves, and it's not the only weird pick. We see the other weird pick on screen right now getting challenged, a Lulu mid. Neither Graves top nor Lulu mid are entirely out of left field. We've seen them in Wild Rift before. but it's kind of wild that we're seeing them during the Wild Rift finals for SEA. And it's the secret strat we were referring to earlier, and it's already gone wrong, granted.
Strong start from SBTC to get first blood in the mid lane.
And this is the worry, right? You're running Lulu mid. She actually scales very well if you give her mid lane gold. She does like a weird amount of damage. She's able, of course, to really amp up her teammates with that wild growth, which is really good on a team with Vayne. You're going to see this entire draft go around either the Vayne or the Graves, whichever finds more success for Team Secret. They're going to try and amp up into a late game solo carry, hit them with the wild growth, make them the entire team, essentially. But if either Chewy or Azar are in trouble, all the focus needs to go towards them. And if Tatsuri's behind on this Lulu that doesn't play very well in lane, frankly, that's going to be really hard to bail out Azar and Chewy on that Graves and Vayne.
And even then, we're starting to see some of that pressure on Trevor, who's had to back off. Tatsuri unable to provide and afford that same amount of pressure in the mid lane. And that's just really part of the strengths that the Ziggs kind of brings to the table, brings to the team. But I want to mention and highlight SBTC Esports. Look at the vision they have, TJ. Look at how deep it is within Team Secret's jungle. They have so much information as to the mechanics and the executions from Secret.
And Secret were doing the same on top. We had a little bit of a vertical jungle, meaning the map was split down the mid lane. And TF's back in mid.
Whoa! Beautiful kick to kick things off. Tatsuri gonna get the targeted focus, but TF, he's gonna go down instead.
And here comes Trevor into Julie.
Well, you have to watch out for Minas. The Camille's coming in as well. He has the hook shot ready. He also has the extra automatum comes in. Beautiful tactical sweep to start things up, but unable to finish off the Nunu. Dives into the turret a little bit too late.
So Team Secret actually find a massive kill back over there in the mid lane with Tatsuri dropping the wild growth, that ultimate I was talking about, the Lulu having to save her teammates on herself. When Tatsuri wild growths himself there in the mid lane, he's able to stop himself from dying and bait TF into committing underneath the turret for a very big turnaround. There was also a pretty insane flash onto the honey fruit. The combination is one of the reasons why Tatsuri is the best mid laner in this tournament. And we're going to get a demonstration of what this team can do in team fights next, as Team Secret are going to be bringing their late game power towards these two objectives. We have the Drake down bottom, Rift Herald up top. SBTC quite badly want to go for a 5v5. I think Team Secret would be better served backing away, not engaging in a 5 versus 5 fight, and playing slow towards the late game.
I think worth mentioning here, TJ, is that because of the engage from Minas and TF early on, they weren't able to grab their full item completed. Instead, Azar, he's ahead with these quick blades.
Yeah, and he's doing all right. Most of the damage on Team Secret is actually in Chewy, who's completed Blade of the Rune King. So expect him to do a decent amount here, but neither Chewy nor Azar are at their major item spikes for their character. So Team Secret are really lacking damage during the first kind of 10 minutes. And you can see how they're playing around that. Not challenging SBTC here, kind of letting SBT set the map pace. The problem is SBTC don't particularly want to do that. They really want to bait Team Secret into a fight. So they're not starting either of these objectives. They're just poking around to the mid, trying to get Team Secret to do something silly. Team Secret are grouping up, and that's why Kiral just got to take away a free turret flank down bottom.
And for a team that's supposed to be one of the most aggressive in the competition in the SEA Championships, SBTC has really afforded a lot of space for Secret to get into this early game.
Yeah, and we were kind of wondering whether or not SBTC's trademark aggression would be able to show up in the grand finals. I think this might be some nerves. We heard from their manager that SBTC players are aespa stans. So maybe, you know, they saw that, they were a little thrown off. And they are playing this quite slow, which could be disastrous into this.
Because it's Team Secret that found the initiative in the mid lane to get this first kill off. And it's SBTC slow to respond.
With a kill. Oh,
coming back
dive
in now,
from
the
TF.
re-engage from TF. This is interesting to start. Chewy's gonna get the wild growth, boost him up. He has a lot of HP. They're going on to the Rift Herald. It's a 4 versus 5 over by the Rift Herald. But they're looking to regroup this quickly. You can't outsmite Treble. He finds the first. And well, there you have it. The Absolute Zero is gonna come across. Hextech automate them. Trades back for the jungler though.
2 kills for 1 at the end of the day. You see SBTC's lack of teamfight damage there. They can't really 5-on-5 or even 4v5 into the early game from SBTC. And this is a window for SBTC. They need to force their advantage here. They're going to take some turret plates. Ooh, an extra kill onto Azar up top. And they're very likely going to get that dragon. But I still, even in the face of all that, ooh, hook found, think that this is a win for Team Secret. Why? Because they stole away the Rift Herald, and it'll make it that much more difficult for SBTC to open up the early game. Without that Rift Herald, they can't burn down the mid turret as easily, and Team Secret have kind of booked their ticket into the late game where you expect Chewy, you expect Azar to be dominant on this Graves vein.
It's pairing together with the Ziggs, especially, that makes the Rift Herald so potent, so powerful. The fact that you can use that single charge, a couple of auto attacks, and the Satchel finish off the job, it's such an effective way to take down some of these most stubborn turrets. Now, Azar's going to be the one, you're going to use it towards the top side, but Rift Herald all the way back in base, so it's a slow build up towards this Baron lane.
Yeah, the Rift Herald, I don't know what's up with him. He's having a long day. And this is going to actually create a pretty disastrous opening. Look at this from SBTC.
They start again back onto Tatsuri, TF, the playmaker here. Now they convert this onto the dragon.
Team Secret have all of their resources up in the top lane, so SBTC just march through the bottom lane and say, that's fine, your Rift Herald's not charging for another 6 hours, we're going to take the Drake, we're going to take a turret, we're going to take your mid laner, and they'll be able to hold against mid, and very likely against that tier 2 in the top side as well. You can see the full roam up from Minas. He's going to be there to catch this Rift Herald.
Yeah, good timing coming through, but it looks like the Rift Herald's going to charge either way. Minion wave wasn't there to block it. A little bit more gold in the pocket of a Secret, but you can see what's happened here so far, TJ. SBTC pull up a slight lead, but might not be enough against what Team Secret are looking for.
This mid turret's dead. It doesn't look it yet, but Julie will be able to... Yep, there it is. Julie will be able to blow it. And so SBTC are now on the front foot. They've got Team Secret backed away, about a 2k gold lead, and they've taken the mid turret, which is very important because it opens up the map for SBTC to control. But we've got kind of a slow game here for good reason, because Team Secret still have that power spike they're waiting for from Azar, from Chewy. They're going to start coming online once they hit their second item. You're seeing that now with the Wit's End complete, so Chewy's going to be really hurting people, and Azar is going full crit, so it'll probably take until about his third item, probably the Infinity Edge, before that Graves is absolutely destroying people in team fights. But that time is coming.
And then looking to make use of this time, jumping onto Hermes first, maybe looking to take down Chewy as collateral damage,
Chewy
but
does
Kino targeted focus, gonna get hit back by the Condemn. It's a fight in the mid lane, and it's turning out for Secret as they chase after these kills. It's Chewy coming online big, the double 80 carry composition. Slightly different composition, slightly different way to approach it, but it still works out well.
And Chewy cleans up the team fight, doesn't even go down thanks to some heroic efforts from Hamas with the shield. He's able to eat the full focus of damage and walk away with a massive team fight win for Team Secret, evening up the gold lead and bringing the comeback kings back into this game 10 minutes after SBTC started with first blood.
We can take a look back to what happened in the mid lane, and it starts off with a catch on the Hermes. You would think this is something good for them, but they expand a decent amount trying to take him down. After that, well, I think Chewy just kind of cleans up the rest of the show.
Yeah, watch Hamas there. Shielding against the dive, saving Chewy at the very back of the fight. It's really fun brawn play in the middle of a very hectic team fight, and you see kind of the purpose of this Team Secret draft. They, yes, have those two double AD carries we're making this game about, but they also have two tanks and a very heavy support. Trevor and Hamas will kind of be the frontline body blockers, building space for Azar and Chewy, and if either of them get low, that's what Tatsuri's for, to drop the wild growth, to keep them up as the focus drifts towards them. It's a really effective frontline composition for the scariest backline you could possibly draft.
And for the aggression that we're seeing from TF and the backline potential from Minas, it hasn't afforded well for SBTC. They've been unable to finish off these kills. It's this Lulu denying a lot of those engages, and the surprising tankiness that you see from the Graves and the kind of backline that you have from Hermes as well.
Yeah, and I'll say it, SBTC are past their easiest win condition. They're not out of this game, but it looks increasingly dire as Chewy. What is this?
Well, Culling comes across, they're looking to pursue this. Fortunately, the rest of Team Secret's gonna be there. SBTC need to back off.
I don't think anyone was ready for that. SBTC could have had a free kill there, but they didn't expect Chewy to tumble forward into Kiral, who's still doing plenty of damage, mind you. He's 2-1 in the kill score, and he's got himself his first 2 major items, as well as the Executioner's Culling, which is going to be cutting what Chewy normally benefits from, that lifesteal. So as he's going through these fights, Chewy normally gets a decent amount of HP back. If he's fighting Kiral, that's not true. And Team Secret need to be very careful about that. These next couple of fights are also going to be where Julie comes online. He's presumably about to or has completed Rabadons. So this dragon is SBTC's best chance of turning the game back in their favor.
But time and time again, they found the catch under Hermes, but it's unable to convert into more. It's been so tanky, it's so difficult to take him down. Well, here we have it. Trouble's coming in for Snowball first. Azar needs the charge, but it's a little bit far forward. They need some backup. They need the rest of the team here. Trouble comes in. The Glacial Fissure sets up for the absolute zero. Minas dies into the back, but he's gonna die in the back as well. Team Secret loses one, but trade back for another. Azar unable to finish the job. Chewy doing the best that he can. Tatsuri's blocking and building up a shield, but he will fall in the face of TF. SBTC find the fight they wanted around that dragon.
And there's Julie and Kiral thriving in the narrow choke point that Team Secret need to squeeze themselves through, and they know their window is small. SBTC know they must end this game quickly, and that's why you see this, an instant turn onto the Baron. Trevor's gonna try and steal it away, and so SBTC, are they backing off?
They back off!
That's incredible! SBTC, threatened by the mere presence of Trevor on the map, don't feel confident enough to go for the Baron. They reset, send TF and Julie down for this dragon, but I'm not even sure they can get this at this point. Watch Trevor!
You're right, TJ. It's too slow for either objective. They can't get the Baron and they go for the dragon, but Trevor's here.
Trevor's here, now joined by the rest of his team, unlike they would have been around the Baron, so SBTC have to win another 5v5. They have to team fight here for the game.
They catch off Venus, the Condemned blocks the Camille, and TF set the flash over the wall.
And they lose the opportunity to team fight. The dragon goes to Team Secret, and so SBTC have missed a critical part of their window. This was when they were at their strongest. They converted it into a team fight win brilliantly, but they did not follow up with either objective, and they throw away even the chance at a redo as Team Secret are just able to bully them off of the dragon, bully them off of the Baron with their aura, with their intimidating presence. I don't know what happened, Grandin.
If there's any team that's gonna make that miracle steal, it's Team Secret. We've seen what they've done. Azar's gone in there and stolen the Baron as a Fiora before. Now with this Nunu, oh, you can't run that risk.
And SBTC have now gotten into a very messy late game. We're actually seeing something I've never seen TF do before. This is going to be a tank Lee Sin. He's going all in because he's just going to get shredded if he doesn't build the Randuin's Omen. He's just going to get shredded by Chewy and Azar in these late game team fights. So he's pivoting to a tank Lee Sin. They're not going to have very much damage there. And all of the damage they do have is basically going to rest on Julie. Sure, Kiral will be here and he'll be a pretty major part of the team fight, but he's not going to compare to what Chewy and Azar can do now that they've completed third item. For Azar, it's actually Death's Dan's third item. That's going to be terrifying.
Once again, they've gone onto Hermes, but a lot committed to take down this Braum.
A good pick found, and that is the window for SBTC. If they can find these like individual pickoffs, that turns around a little bit of that scary team fight. And Arkano is going to be a huge part of that. He's on Thresh again. He's been incredible again. You can expect that from him at this point. Arkano's Thresh is just next level.
Oh, I see what
I did there. I'm panzering.
Absolutely. The Team Secret have been able to hold on to a pretty good defense, despite the fact that SBTC are running the Ziggs. And they've only lost these outer turrets so far. Aquino hasn't quite been the pick-off support they've been hoping for.
Yeah, Akino has found some really good hooks, but Team Secret are playing very aware of this. You'll notice that almost all the big hooks that Akino has found to have been into Hamas, as Hamas is just so consistently there in the front line, not giving him access to anyone else. We have a duel of just two incredible supports, two incredible teams, obviously, but both these teams benefit so much from the presence of their supports. Hamas, obviously, the team captain and shot caller for Team Secret as well.
Okay, well, Teleport, Enchantment, and Trevor Makes him a bit squishier, TJ. Just saw that trade from Kiro. That's a full combo. Took him down 60-70% there.
And that's actually a worrying sign for Kiro. Because he goes in there onto Trevor and you see him just unleash a full combo onto the Nunu and just not do very much damage. If you're able to full combo someone as the Lucian, you really want to kill them. And this is the other side to Team Secret's late game composition. Yes, they're going to get really scary damage dealers, but also those tanks get real big. And if you can't get through the front line, the damage that the backline can offer is almost amplified, doubled by how much time they're going to have to deal it.
Watch out for what Minas is trying to do here, though, TJ. Minas has gone into the side lane, building up a wave to play for. As the Elder Drake is going to spawn in 20 seconds. Team Secret positioning around this as well.
James leading in alongside Trevor, the two tanks setting up for the fight.
Glacier Fissure sends Aquino up into the sky. Unfortunately, unable to finish him off. You have to watch out for TF. Minas jumps in now with a tactical sweep, trying to clear something up. They manage to block Trevor's ultimate. Jumping back in with the Hextech ultimatum. Minas is still alive at this point. Tatsuri's alive as well. Chewy needs to bring up the damage. Azar's gonna fill in that row. He's gone golden, and they can't take him down just yet. But Julie's still free hitting. He still has the opportunity to offload damage, but he has to be careful.
Only 2 players die in a full 5v5 in the River Granton. And SBTC, with their gold lead, managed to hold strong right here around this Elder Ocean Drake. SBTC stole up the game and trade their support for Tatsuri. Akino goes down, yes, but he does so heroically, cancelling Trevor's ultimate, separating Tatsuri for the team. And it's up to Azur to dive through the front lines and even find that equalization. Both teams are low, neither team has anyone who can chase, and so they back off, reset. We're gonna go for round 2, Granton. We're gonna get a second 5v5 for these two objectives, the Elder and the Baron. If SBTC win this fight, they can take the Baron, they can end the game instantly. At this point in time, Team Secret might need 2 fights. They're far enough behind in turrets, they'll need to win probably 2 team fights to turn the game.
They have this expressway into the mid lane, TJ. SBTC Esports paired together the Ziggs. This Baron is massive, while Minas has found a tower in the bomb side as well.
Yeah.
Team Secret need to make a decision.
Or are they trading? You can't do this, SBTC. They're just gonna get the Elder. That's massive. So Team Secret are gambling on their late game potential. Team Secret are gambling on the fact that the raw damage of their composition is going to equalize the fact that SBTC have just gotten the Elder, which is a permanent damage buff. Minas is not going to get this back inhibitor, and so maybe it is possible. Team Secret need to do damage, though, with this Baron. They need to equalize the gold lead so that their composition can equalize the Baron buff, the Elder buff, sorry.
Much of the wave clear that SBTC have as well, it's gonna be on Julie, it's gonna be this match damage, and well, now with this Baron buff, it's gonna be a bit more difficult for SBTC to stop these waves from crashing in. If Team Secret are able to find some turrets in this time, TG, they could close the goal cap, maybe even pull ahead. That's maybe what they're looking to try and get done.
Poking in through the middle of the map here, with Team Secret already driving us to these late game heroics that we expected from them. I thought it was going to take until game 7 before we had the comeback storyline, but Team Secret have already done it once, fighting their way back into this game, and they're going to need to do it again as SBTC have ground out a massive advantage with that Ocean Elder Drake.
They've managed to break open that inner turret in the Baron lane. Mina's having a difficult time dealing with Azan. No Guardian Angel for this Camille, so he cannot really dive in deep. We need to be careful about this.
Azar hurts. Team Secret, if they get this inhib, that's pretty massive. So the Mega Inferno Bomb gets spent defensively by Julie. That's a big teamfight ultimate just used to cull that wave. The thing I challenged Team Secret to do, though, with this Baron buff was to equalize the gold at the top of the screen. They brought it closer. They have not tied it up. Here we go.
They're bringing in the next wave. They're jumping onto Hermes. They want to stop this inhibitor from going down, but it won't be able to do so. Hermes looking low now. They just need a little bit more damage to jump into the back with Minas, unable to finish him off. Wow, Grow keeps him alive. And SBTC need to worry about Treble, who's running it back with the snowball. But look at the damage from Julie.
And that wild growth on such a short cooldown now. Tatsuri able to keep people alive during that team fight. Team Secret able to open up the SBTC base with that inhibitor, Of course, that inhibitor turret, the very last turret being broken, means that super minions are going to be pouring down that top lane, keeping SBTC pinned inside their base for the rest of this game as they struggle to deal with these really aggressive minions that will push that side lane constantly, demanding SBTC's attention.
They've looked at trade sides here. SBTC Esports making their way back down into the Dragon lane, but now you have to apply resources to deal with this mid lane as well. TF's gonna have to back off. That outer tier turret finally falls.
Finally, and Team Secret are delivering on the promise. I can't believe the gamble they went for, ignoring an Elder Ocean Drake because they believed their composition was strong enough to overpower it. And the wildest part of it, Grandin, is I think they might have been right. I think that might have been one of the most heads-up shot calls we've seen all tournament, maybe in the history of Wild Rift, as they've gone even in these team fights so far. Azur's doing so much damage in this late game, but that Infinity Edge I called for finally completed his 4th item. He's just absolutely shredding people, as you saw versus Minas in the top lane.
But the Baron coming up soon. It's SBTC Esports likely looking to try and pick this objective up. If not, force Team Secret to get into them.
Which is why Minas is pushing in this top lane. You can see Minas fighting against these super minions, trying to get that wave as pushed forward as possible. And Team Secret are gonna punish that.
They've let the fight. Akino's gonna go down first. They've lost the support. And Hermes still running in. Trevor as well. The ultimate absolute zero coming across. Damage coming in from Minas, moving into the back. Unable to take down Chewy. He's still alive. And Azar's here as well. You have to worry about these 2 big damage sources. Julie's coming back in, trying to offload some damage. But Hermes with the Unbreakable stops it all.
Minas and Arkano dead, a player advantage for Team Secret for the next 40 seconds. Can they turn that into a game-ending Baron?
And Hermes has been such a massive playmaker in a lot of these moments. Aquino unable to match the pressure from Hermes here. Well, Team Secret, they're looking at the second Baron, TJ.
TF still alive, the Lee Sin, the best jungler in the world. Can he steal this Baron?
They're trying to zone him off. They're gonna kick them away. Chewy's going low. Julie's still hitting them with some damage. Baron down to 3,000. TS right there. He's trying to jump in. Will not be able to get it, but 2 have fallen on the side of Secret. Flashing away. TF and Kiro chasing after. They just need a little bit more. The Lucian comes across with a colleague in the brush. Tatsuri needs to back off. The Glacial Fissure will stop the Kung from coming across.
Joey!
They're looking to take down the Lucian. Kiro's gone into stasis. They're looking to take down TF as well. He won't be able to finish them off. Julie's running in now. The Guardian Angel will be gone. They can't finish him off. Julie misses out the bombs. He's gone golden. Aquino coming in. Death sentence misses. And Julie will fall. Chewy's still alive. He's taking down 3. Looking for a 4th. They've gone on the dredge. They're chasing me after the river. And it's a quadra kill for Chewy in game number 1.
The Comeback Kings turn around the game. Team Secret step back up, and through their late game, through Chewy, they save everything in game number 1. Now Chewy himself is going to march forward to try and complete a pentakill by taking out the Nexus, by taking out Minas.
And double teleports coming in from Team Secret. They're moving in quick. It's just down to Minas. Then comes the cross hook shot as well. But Team Secret will find the game number 1 win.
What an incredible start to this best of 7 series. As Team Secret takes so many risks that game. The initial draft out of left field as they go for a hard late game double AD carry composition, relying on their ability to seemingly irreparably damage teams with their late game team fights. And then not only do they draft for it, they play to it to the extent that they're willing to sacrifice an Elder Ocean Dragon in order to bring that game back under control. They give the most powerful objective in the game to SBTC, knowing they can counter it on their experimental composition. What a game, what a performance from Team Secret, what a performance from James, their team captain.
That's the most unexpected thing here, TJ. It's an impressive set from Team Secret, and they took risks. Unlike anything we've seen before, they showcased to us an understanding of the game, a very interesting next level. With that being said, though, we're going to go into a quick